Have you ever wondered how something as small and simple as a biscuit is actually made? Every bite you take hides a fascinating story of farming, chemistry, machines, and even history. From raw wheat turned into flour to massive ovens that bake thousands of biscuits per minute, this snack goes through an incredible journey before it reaches your hands. Today, we're going behind the scenes to uncover the step-by-step process of biscuit making. Trust me, once you discover what really happens, you'll never look at biscuits the same way again. Every biscuit begins with a recipe, and at the heart of it are just a few key ingredients: flour, sugar, butter, and eggs. These seem simple, but together they create the magic of biscuits. Flour provides the structure, sugar adds sweetness and helps the dough brown, butter brings richness and flavor, and eggs bind everything together. Depending on the recipe, additional ingredients like chocolate, nuts, vanilla, or spices can be added to create endless varieties. The history of biscuits is surprisingly old. The word biscuit comes from the Latin bis coctus, meaning twice cooked. Originally, biscuits were hard, dry pieces of bread baked to last for months during long journeys. They were more about survival than taste. Over centuries, as sugar became widely available, biscuits transformed into the sweet treats we know today. In modern factories, ingredients are sourced in massive quantities, but they can't just use any flour or butter. Quality matters. If the flour has too much moisture, biscuits won't bake correctly. If the butter isn't pure, the flavor will suffer. This is why suppliers are carefully chosen and ingredients are tested before entering production. Every small detail matters because, in the end, millions of biscuits need to taste identical. Once the ingredients are measured, it's time to mix them into dough. In small bakeries, this might be done by hand or with a simple mixer, but in large factories, enormous industrial mixers are used. Imagine huge stainless steel bowls, capable of holding hundreds of kilograms of dough, turning and folding with mechanical arms. The process usually starts by creaming together the butter and sugar, which creates a fluffy base. Then flour and eggs are added, slowly binding everything together. Finally, extras like chocolate chips or raisins are mixed in. The key here is balance. If the dough is mixed too much, the gluten in the flour becomes tough, leading to hard biscuits. If mixed too little, the ingredients don't combine properly, and the biscuits may crumble apart. Modern machines are equipped with sensors that check the consistency of the dough in real time. They can measure things like temperature, moisture, and texture, making sure every batch is identical. In some cases, the dough is chilled before shaping to make it easier to handle and to prevent spreading in the oven. At this stage, the dough doesn't look very appetizing. It's just a sticky mass. But hidden inside is everything needed for a perfect biscuit, waiting to be shaped and baked. Shaping is where the dough finally starts to resemble the biscuits we know. Factories use machines that cut or stamp the dough into precise shapes. Circles, squares, or even brand-specific designs like Oreos are all created at this stage. Some biscuits are rolled flat before being cut, while others are pressed into molds that leave patterns or logos. The shape of a biscuit is more than just looks. It also affects how the biscuit bakes. Thin shapes crisp up faster, while thicker ones stay softer inside. Even the edges matter. Scalloped edges can brown more quickly than smooth ones. That's why companies carefully design the exact dimensions of each biscuit. Factories operate at incredible speeds. Some can produce over 1 million biscuits a day. Conveyor belts carry dough nonstop, and stamping machines press shapes in perfect rhythm. Some biscuits even get toppings here: sugar crystals sprinkled on top, or chocolate pieces pressed into place. Sandwich biscuits, like Oreos, are formed by placing cream between two halves at a lightning speed. In bakeries, this step is more creative, hand-cutting dough or using small molds. But on an industrial scale, precision and efficiency are key. By the end of this stage, the dough is no longer just a mass. It's rows of biscuits ready to be baked. Now comes the magical transformation. Baking is where dough becomes a biscuit. In factories, biscuits pass through massive tunnel ovens that can stretch more than 100 meters long. Temperatures range from 200 degrees Celsius to 300 degrees Celsius, carefully controlled in different zones of the oven. The baking process usually takes 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the biscuit type. As biscuits bake, several chemical reactions happen. The butter melts, creating steam that forms tiny air pockets, giving biscuits their texture. The sugar caramelizes, turning the surface golden brown and adding flavor. Proteins in the flour and eggs solidify, giving biscuits their structure. In other words, baking is science at work, turning raw dough into something crispy, light, and delicious. Timing is everything. Just a few seconds too long, and biscuits can burn. Too short, and they remain undercooked. That's why sensors monitor heat and color constantly, ensuring consistency. Workers often describe the smell of a biscuit factory as overwhelming, sweet, buttery, and irresistible. When the biscuits come out of the oven, they aren't packaged immediately. They must cool down first, otherwise condensation would make them soft. Conveyor belts carry them through long cooling lines until they're at room temperature, ready for the next stage. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite type of biscuit? Do you prefer them crunchy, soft, chocolate-filled, or maybe something unique from your own country? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because this is just one story. Next time, we'll uncover the secrets behind another everyday product that hides an amazing journey you have never seen before. Once cooled, biscuits go through strict quality control. High-speed cameras and lasers check each biscuit for cracks, uneven color, or missed shapes. Any biscuit that doesn't meet standards is removed instantly. Interestingly, many rejected biscuits don't go to waste. They're recycled as crumbs for cheesecake bases or dessert toppings. Next comes packaging. Biscuits are wrapped in plastic, foil, or paper sleeves to keep them fresh. Some are stacked neatly in trays, while others are bagged in bulk. Packaging machines work at incredible speeds, sealing thousands of packets every hour. Labels, brand logos, nutritional information, and expiration dates are all added here. Packaging is more than just wrapping. It's about protecting biscuits during shipping. Imagine biscuits traveling thousands of kilometers before reaching stores. Without proper packaging, they would arrive broken or stale. Factories even design packaging differently for hot climates, ensuring biscuits stay crisp in countries where temperatures soar. And that's the journey from flour and butter to mixers, shaping machines, ovens, and finally into your hand. Next time you open a packet of cookies, remember that you're eating the result of centuries of evolution, advanced machinery, and careful precision. So what's your favorite biscuit? Crispy, soft, or filled with chocolate? Share it in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories about how everyday things are made.